Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. Boy, I got a lot of great feedback from yesterday's video, the Jassara Nasara episode of the Working Money Channel. If you guys still haven't seen it, I will link it up here in the top right-hand corner of this video. It's unbelievable what you can find when you do a little digging, and so that came across my desk maybe even a month ago now, and I just didn't get around to making a video about it. I know some of you guys loved it, some of you guys thought, Working Money Channel, have you lost your marbles? But anyway, just wanted to thank everybody for commenting on that and giving me more info. Some people even reached out and sent me more info regarding that topic. I wanted to get to this, though. Smart Money is buying silver and XRP. Get some. So this was originally tweeted by Bull Run Wonka XRP at Willy Wonka XRP on Twitter, and it's showing us the Google Trends. He's saying Google Trends for buy XRP is now going parabolic. So I went to Google Trends just to show you guys what he means by that. This is the trend for just the United States, and you can see states like North Dakota and West Virginia specifically are very, very interested in the search term buy XRP. Hawaii down here as well with 87. And so this is just for the United States, but if you click on here and go worldwide, you can see this trend here just going parabolic over the last couple of weeks. So you guys can see that since the beginning of July. Search terms just shot up for buy XRP, and of course that is because the market is heating up. Right now XRP trading at about 31 cents, so it had come down, came back up, now kind of hovering, basing in this level of support. Let's put it on the daily so you guys can see here. It's finding its top up here, or rather we're close to the top. But again, guys, these are zones. Let's not forget these are zones. So if we took wicks and tails, let's make them really, really wide zones. This would be the entire zone here. Let me just highlight that for you guys so you guys can see here. So this entire zone here would be tops of wicks to bottoms of tails, and we're trading anywhere in between 0.309 cents all the way to the top at 0.347 cents. We need to pierce this top marker here to get out of that zone, break through resistance, and continue on to the next zone. But this zone ultimately is right here, and we are kind of on the line, the bottom line of that. And who knows what will happen. Maybe we might go high or lower. We might vacillate in this zone for a bit. We might retrace a bit, come back down to this next zone, and then keep moving higher. We are still in a bullish position, though. This is all good. The entire market is looking bullish. Bitcoin dominance is lowering at 60.3%. You can see here Bitcoin trading at 11,231, Ethereum 391, and XRP, as we had mentioned before, roughly 31 cents. Everything is in the green. But look at XRP too. Remember, it just seems like a week ago that XRP was in the number 4 spot, and now XRP leading Tether by about 3.8 billion. So it's interesting to note how quick things can change. And Michael at Val5Links posted this. According to technical analysis patterns and statistics, the short-term target for XRP may be closer to 40 cents. So this is an article here taken from News BTC, which I thought was interesting. Usually they are very down on XRP, as they are a Bitcoin-centric website. But here, they have a chart in this article here demonstrating that XRP's next move, if this pattern continues, will be the 40-cent range, and they put it on the weekly. So let me just show you that real quick. 40-cent range for XRP could be this next target after we break through the 34.7 mark. And so let me just bring up the brush here. I believe they drew this trend, so that's first wave, second wave, third wave would bring us up to about 40 cents up here, okay, and that would be breaking through resistance at 34.7, obviously, and then, whoops, let me just bring that up here to show you. It would be the bottom part of this zone here, so this would be the next zone, as you guys can see. Zones are all relative to the candlestick's wicks and tails, so that would be that zone there. Actually, that would actually move down just a bit because the tail goes down further. So this is the zone on the weekly, and so they're suggesting that the bottom part of this zone here, the 40-cent mark, roughly give or take, would be the next level, roughly where this green line is here. But ultimately this zone, this is what they're focusing on here. Just zoom in here on the weekly. Again, this zone, this would be the next zone. This would be the next level for XRP to base at, as we had seen it back in May 2019, May, June, July 2019. This is where XRP was basing for a while before it started moving down. So very interesting to note that. Also, just wanted to note one more thing. XRP, very, very bullish when you compare it to Bitcoin. Usually we see Bitcoin as the more bullish cryptocurrency, but there was a big dump for Bitcoin here. Went down as low as 10,500, came back up, and now is hovering in this level here, the 11.2 level, whereas XRP did come down well on that dump, but is now surging, trying to make higher highs. So thought that was very interesting as well. I saw this guy's on Twitter from the Cryptic Poet at One Cryptic Poet, and this just in. Bank Alfalah and Ripple partner TerraPay to launch home remittance service to Pakistan. News out today, guys. TerraPay, a global payments infrastructure company, and Bank Alfalah have announced a partnership for offering remittance payment services in Pakistan. Through this partnership, overseas Pakistanis will be able to use TerraPay's partner network to instantly deposit money to any bank account in Pakistan. With the service, Bank Alfalah is reinforcing its commitment to facilitating overseas partners, including renowned fintechs, money transfer operators, and money service businesses engaged in cross-border remittances. This is in line with the bank's strategy to enable smarter and faster ways of sending home remittances to Pakistan. And so this, a partnership with Ripple-enabled TerraPay, and TerraPay has established itself as a global partner to leading banks, money transfer operators, mobile wallet operators, and financial institutions to facilitate digital transactions without borders. As a B2B company, TerraPay partners with other businesses to help them leverage its agile, secure, and scalable technology platform to enhance their customer proposition for remittance payments and cross-border spends. TerraPay is regulated in over 45 countries around the world. So again, TerraPay, a Ripple partner, and now these guys are partnering with Bank Alfalah for Pakistani remittance services. Great news there. I saw this guy's from XRP Crypto Wolf on Twitter. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse said governments are now taking a serious look at blockchain. So apparently this is from a tweet originally, and Brad Garlinghouse is saying that governments are now taking a serious look at blockchain after dismissing the technology as a scam for years. And yeah, it was because they couldn't get it out of their head that Bitcoin was more than just a cryptocurrency used for financial fraud, for criminals, laundering, so on and so forth. Anyway, won't get into that. Garlinghouse also claims that the US dollar isn't going to be toppled by gold, the yuan, or crypto anytime soon. So I thought that was interesting, but it's gradually getting weaker. So he is saying that this will be a slow demise for the US greenback. It won't be toppled by gold, the Chinese currency, the yuan, or any crypto anytime soon, but it is gradually getting weaker. He notes that crypto is so far up a whopping 80% in the year 2020, while the greenback is actually down 3% year to date in spite of a massive flight to liquidity that was observed during the March market crash. And guys, this again is a reason to be careful if you are trading stocks. Be careful if you are holding large cash positions in US greenbacks. Just be careful because the dollar is weakening. Everything that's going on in the world now is culminating, and financially it still looks like a big question mark looming overhead. So Garlinghouse was referring to a recent Bloomberg article that explores the advantages and disadvantages of potential replacements for the dollar, whose viability as a store of value has come under question during an ongoing crisis. And we've seen global reserve currencies change. Here is a chart to that effect. I've showed this chart on my channel before, and you guys can see reserve currencies change about every 100 years. So between the 1400s and 1500s, it was the Portuguese currency. Spain had the global reserve between the 1500s and the 1600s, give or take. The Netherlands after that, 1600s to early 1700s. Then France, the early 1700s to early 1800s. Then Britain, 1800 to about 1900s, early 1900s. And then finally the American greenback from that point forward. So the US dollar has only been the reserve currency for, a little over 100 years. And that is not to say that it could change eventually. In an attempt to shore up the wounded U.S. economy, the Federal Reserve ended up printing $3 trillion. We know that. They slashed interest rates to zero and vow to maintain them at this level through till 2022. Guys, what are these ramifications going to have on the economy long term? They're saying this in the interim, and that's great for a lot of reasons, but how is this going to affect the economy long term? This justifies the concerns of Goldman Sachs strategists who recently predicted that the greenback would lose its global currency status. Real concerns around the longevity of the US dollar as a reserve currency have started to emerge. This from Goldman Sachs themselves. While Goldman called gold the currency of last resort, Bloomberg's Garfield Clinton Reynolds notes that its supply cannot be managed to respond to economic difficulties. Also, they mentioned down here China posing a threat, and we know about China, guys. I will link this article in the description. So something to look into, something to remember with regards to currency, with regards to the world economy, what's going on right now in the midst of a pandemic. Brad Garlinghouse treading lightly here, not saying that the dollar will be displaced, but it sounds as though it will be displaced, and there will be another currency that eventually emerges. Many saying it will be a cryptocurrency, some presuming that it could be the one cryptocurrency that was created by David Schwartz, who once was an NSA contractor. XRP, a possible global reserve currency. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but someday. Later on in the video, guys, I do talk about XRP being that potential gateway for us not to need banks in the future. I know that Brad Garlinghouse said, and it's been public record, a lot of these guys are saying, XRP is not going to change the system. We're still going to have banks, we're still going to have fiat currencies, and yeah, that's the outlook for the next several years. But sometimes these things take on a life of their own, and unforeseen consequences eventually reveal themselves. So later on, I'm going to talk a little bit about that. Right now, though, I got this one, another one from XRP Crypto Wolf, and this with regards to InstaReM SMB Bank of India. And InstaReM has joined forces with SBM Bank India. They've signed a new partnership with SBM in order to support the local remittance market and expand it. New remittance corridors for SBM via InstaReM, which, again, guys, is a Ripple partner, according to a report by The Papers. Asia-based company InstaReM, part of the global fintech platform NEOM, and both running on Ripple, has begun a partnership with major Indian financial institutions, SBM Bank India. The partnership will support remittances between India and the rest of the world, where the bank has partners. The new collaboration will be beneficial for both SBM Bank and InstaReM clients. It will include the creation of new remittance corridors. Besides, the amount of performed transactions is expected to improve along with speed, price, and delivery timing. So new remittance corridors, guys, you heard it here in this briefing. SBM Bank has permitted InstaReM to cooperate with it as a licensed banking partner in order to expand its list of remittance markets, in particular adding Malaysia and Hong Kong to the list of new destinations for cross-border payments. So big news there, more rails being included in the ODL corridors. Among the corridors in which the bank already works are Canada, Singapore, Australia, the US, and Europe. There are 100 remittance corridors in total. 65 of them send money in real-time mode, so a lot of these still not using XRP. Eventually they will, though. It sounds like it just is a matter of the regulatory clarity for all those countries. Again, each country has its own regional cryptocurrency clarity laws that they need to go through. So in order for this to fully shake out, the world does need to come to a consensus on what cryptocurrency legislation could look like. And eventually will look like. But I love hearing when things are interoperable with XRP. It really does confirm our expectations for the future of finance. This next one here is from Matt, at Matthew Liny on Twitter. Global payments get a little sassy. I love that play on words. Will run issuer processing from AWS. So AWS is XRP interoperable, as we know. And this coming out just today, Global Payments gets sassy. Will run issuer processing from AWS, which is the Amazon service. So Atlanta-based Global Payments has inked a major deal with AWS that will see it create a cloud-based processing platform for card issuers and sharply ramp up its ability to offer SaaS-based feature improvements for digital offerings. The $53 billion by market capitalization payment heavyweight said this week. So Global Payments handles some 27 billion payments annually for customers ranging from small businesses through to global casinos and banks. The new AWS-based platform will let financial institutions of any size seamlessly operate the entire life cycle of card issuance and management. This is what it said in its release. With AWS as preferred cloud provider, the company will use cloud-based storage, compute, database, securities, analytics, and machine learning. Improvements in digital banking experience can be made faster in the cloud. The Global Payment CEO, Jeff Sloan, said that the arrangement would level the playing field for large financial institutions by giving them access to cloud-native offerings of the kind of startup and challenger banks offer. There we go again with that level playing field narrative. We know AWS is XRP interoperable. So this great news for the XRP community. I wanted to thank Matt for posting that. And again, guys, I will link this article in the description. Wanted to get to this though, and I'm going to remind you of this again and again, guys. Make sure you keep your cryptocurrency safe, whether it's on a ledger, whether it's on another kind of cold storage, because European Bitcoin exchange hacked for $1.4 million. And here's the kicker. They claim it cannot afford to repay its users. So if you have cryptocurrency on the exchange, let's not forget we are in a bull run now. So hackers are going to want to take your crypto more so than ever before because it's worth more. Just remember, not your keys, not your crypto. So this from a company called Together, a Spanish cryptocurrency trading platform, has been hacked for about $1.4 million, and company executives claim that they do not have the money to repay customers. Chief Executive Officer Ramon Ferraz Estrada said over the course of several tweets on Monday that the breach of July 31st affected crypto investment accounts and exposed users' private keys. So that's not good. Not your keys, not your crypto. Just remember that. Keep your keys safe. If you have your own private keys, do not share them with anyone. I know there was recently a breach with Ledger with regards to customer information. Now, from what I understand, it didn't have to do with their actual private keys or their actual cryptocurrency. So as far as I understand, the cryptocurrency was safe. But guys, this is kind of a nightmare situation here. Having your cryptocurrency on an exchange, thinking to yourself, well, if they get hacked, at least I could get my Bitcoin or XRP back from the exchange themselves. But in this case, they say, hey, look, we just can't afford to pay our users, so we're probably going to claim bankruptcy, and that's that. We're going to wipe our hands clean of this, leaving everybody else in the lurch. This isn't the first time this kind of thing has happened. So guys, remember, keep your cryptocurrency safe on a cold storage wallet like a Ledger or something similar. I do have an affiliate link in the description. You can use it if you want. You don't have to use it if you don't want to. If you want to use another option, just thought I'd put it out there though, because we are in a bull run, and I have a feeling we are going to see more and more hacks as the months go on. This is another one from Matt at Matthew Liny. Hashcash provides white label crypto exchange to leading European enterprise. And this with regards to Hashcash, their global repute of being the leading white label crypto exchange provider flourishes. The USA-backed blockchain and crypto development company has provided white label cryptocurrency exchange infrastructure to a leading European enterprise, helping them in launching their very own trading platform for digital assets. So these guys obviously helping other countries with their cryptocurrency exchange, I guess the back-end stuff, all the coding and whatnot, but they are helping a European enterprise scalable white labels with scalable white label software. The new exchange gets to leverage seamless functionality and integration benefits with major global exchanges. It has the world's leading cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Litecoin, Tether, etc. So they will be trading Ripple, which is in fact XRP, of course. The interoperability amongst other exchanges promises the best prices to users trading on the newly launched exchange. So Hashcash providing their white label services to get other exchanges up off the ground in different regions. Thanks so much, Matt, for pointing that out. We got another one here from Matt. Ripple partner Finabler is creating a massive crypto ecosystem that include central banks, cross-border payments, payment cross-border gifting, and hub innovations. And so this from a few days ago now. I didn't get to this earlier, unfortunately, but here's a flowchart just to the common integrated platforms. You guys can see down here, UAE Exchange, TravelX, Unimoney, Ditto, Remit to India, just to name a few of those. And it shows how it can flow through licenses, distribution capabilities, geographical reach, and technical prowess, giving you guys some more details on that. I will link this tweet in the description. And again, a flowchart showing some of the ins and outs of that. More importantly, though, Finabler is a Ripple partner. And here are some of the Finabler central bank partners and others. And down here, Finabler's central bank partners and others is impressive. 9,000 financial institution customers to integrate cross-border payments, with the list beginning with Bahrain. I don't believe this is the full list here, but gives you guys some of those integrated partners. Continuing to build the global strategic partnerships with global leaders, the group employs a two-pronged strategy for partners to attract new relationships and to grow business opportunities within existing relationships. The group's agility has made it attractive to global payments and technology companies that want to become global financial intermediaries, as illustrated by its strategic partnerships with payment and technology leaders such as Google India and WeChat Pay. The group is selected by these global leaders for its trust, reliability, and efficiency in processing transactions and moving money. The group has also signed an exclusive long-term global contract to power in-app cross-border payments for one of the largest mobile handset manufacturers in the world. Additionally, the group has secured long-term partnerships with a large US-based technology provider with around 9,000 financial institution customers to integrate cross-border payment capabilities. So yeah, big news for Finabler, the Ripple-enabled company that is now integrating with over 9,000 financial institution customers. Guys, I'll link this tweet in the description. Matt has some follow-up tweets here in this thread, giving you guys some more information if you want to look at that. Again, a great thread here from Matthew, L-I-N-Y, on Twitter. Guys, if you're not following him, follow him now. He's a great resource for the XRP community. And Peruminati just sent me something today. This with regards to Azimo, confirming they are, yes, indeed, using XRP. Don't say now that I don't do anything for the XRP community. Some good news for people who are invested in XRP. And here's just a little chat that he had with the official Azimo account over Twitter. Are you guys using Ripple's technology or XRP? Hello and thank you for reaching out. Yes, we use these technologies. You can read up more about our partnerships here. But not XRP, right? Peruminati a little skeptical. Of course, he writes back, hello, Azimo uses Ripple's on-demand liquidity solution, and ODL in turn uses the digital asset XRP. Azimo leverages RippleNet with ODL to provide fast, low-cost, reliable, and easy payments for its customers worldwide. So there you have it. Azimo using ODL, which does in fact use XRP, for those of you guys where that still may have been a question. Thanks so much, Peruminati, for posting that. And so XRP investors are excited, Bitcoin investors are excited. I think all cryptocurrency investors at this point are very, very excited to see their cryptos move over the last week or so. A lot of movement in the space. The market cap has increased. Bitcoin dominance is going down slowly, so that's good for altcoin hodlers. And so I got to bring this tweet to your attention from Will Mead. Crypto will be the next asset class that is chased and goes parabolic. Bigger potential returns and better leverage than small caps and penny stocks. The time is now, guys. I would argue that the time was back in December, but sure, the time is now if you want to chase the trend. I don't ever recommend chasing a trend like this. I would buy on a dip. Again, that's not financial advice. That's just what I do. But this brings me into my next little bit here, and this with regards to the idea that the banking system could be replaced one day. Now, we know that it is very, very established. Brad Garlinghouse says XRP, Ripple, they're not going to replace banks. The current system is robust. It is going to thrive. It is going to continue to exist as is. And that's the way Ripple sees it, at least today. So I saw this tweet from Michael at Val5Links on Twitter, and it does have to do with the Group of 30. I reported on this a few days ago now. They're calling for central banks and regulators around the world to step up regulation and research into CBDCs. And they're talking about CBDCs being a very important function in the financial system in the coming years. It is possible that such stablecoins could be valuable for cross-border payments, serving a function similar to that offered in the private sector by Ripple, a real-time gross settlement system, currency exchange, and remittance network, whose digital currency XRP leapfrogs slow and expensive correspondent banking. Down here, though, although the mention of Ripple is a positive sign, the report concludes that it would be naive to believe that a cryptocurrency could eventually replace the current government and central bank-driven monetary system. So they are of the school of thought that, indeed, the banking system is robust and cryptocurrency cannot or will not replace it at any point. But then they talk a little bit about Facebook with Libra and how, these kinds of projects are going to come up and try to replace the banking system with a global currency, the Libra coin. And so there's this debate here about how much control are you going to give to companies like Facebook. And is the banking sector going to be safe? Well, guys, this just came out today. Another one from XRP Crypto Wolf sent this to me. Google Pay bank accounts are coming in 2021 with 6 new partners. And guys, these are American banks. Bank Mobile, Coastal Community Bank, First Independence Bank, SEFCU, BMO Harris, and BPVA USA. So this isn't happening in other countries around the world. This is going to happen in the United States. While many bank account owners likely write very few paper checks anymore, such accounts will still hold the key to wielding the debit cards that are much more common these days. And although it's possible to link many debit cards into a smartphone or smartwatch for digital payments, Google sees an opportunity to skip the middleman and just onboard people directly into checking and savings accounts via its Google Pay app service. Now, to me, this sounds like Google wants to get into the banking game, as we have heard in the past. And it's true. They want to directly link people in, as this suggests, into a checking and savings account so that you do not need, essentially, a bank to go do this. Now, Here's the first step though. They need to be partnered with banks in order to have the FDIC backing. So first revealed last November, Google is partnering with FDIC-backed banks to allow customers to sign up for and manage accounts directly through the platform. The alliance was first revealed with Citigroup, with Stanford Federal Credit Union joining soon after, but the party got a lot larger today. So this with regards to BBVA, and they are saying, continuing its focus on innovation in the financial industry, BBVA USA today announced that it is collaborating with Google to offer customers a digital bank via Google Pay. So guys, 6 additional US banks have announced plans to be part of the platform, Bank Mobile, and I named them at the beginning of this article. We had confirmed earlier that we are exploring how we can partner with banks and credit unions in the US to offer digital bank accounts through Google Pay, helping their customers benefit from useful, insightful, and budgeting tools while keeping their money in the FDIC or NCUA insured account, a Google spokesperson told TechCrunch. So Google partnering with FDIC regulated banks, and this to me almost looks like a friendly way to get into banking without being seen as a big threat. But don't get fooled. If Google gets into banking, in my opinion, they will be a big threat down the road. Right now, there are so many regulations to become a bank that, Google, in order to fast track this, they need to partner with these FDIC regulated banks. And this is how we perceive it today in 2020, 2021, 2022. But what is going to happen down the road? Think of if more people start realizing that I don't need a bank. I don't really need an institution to tell me what to do with my money. I can have complete control over how I pay my bills, where my money goes, and not only that, I can transact cross-border. XRP will be that tool for me to leverage any other types of payments I would need to do on that greater scale. So you've got Google Pay and the likes acting as banks for your day-to-day needs, transacting in your current national fiat, whether it's the USD or something else. But then you have XRP, and think about the potential that XRP holds to individuals if they want to transact on that international scale. It used to be that you had to go to your bank, maybe convert your US dollars to Russian rubles or Indian rupees or whatever. But if you can essentially do everything now from the convenience of your phone, it might be that banks will no longer exist, and for you to get a mortgage on a house or for you to get a loan to start a business, maybe one day in the future, you'll be going to Google to ask them for money instead of a traditional bank that we know today. Now, this isn't the way it's planned. I'm not saying that this is how the plan is supposed to go, but guys, many things in life don't go as planned. And in a lot of cases, decisions that were made to promote and foster healthy businesses have backfired, and the consequences last for decades down the road. So if we look at cryptocurrencies today, we see central banks creating CBDCs, and obviously they have a plan to keep this reined in, to keep it as tightly controlled as they possibly can. But then you look at, and a great example is Bitcoin, I hate to say it, it is a means to send value from person to person. People do use it to send value from person to person around the world. Criminals have used it to send value around the world. And so it does serve a purpose in that regard. And so with all this brand new cryptocurrency technology that's coming to us, the fact that Google is now partnering with banks in order for you to have a bank account with them, with Google themselves, rather than your traditional bank, and also the fact that we have cryptocurrencies like XRP that can source liquidity instantly and make transactions fast, efficiently, and cheaply, basically instantaneously, means to me that this landscape is now being set up for consumers to have choice. Ultimately, for the customer to have a level playing field and choosing. Do I want to go with a bank? Do I need to go with a bank? Maybe I can survive with my cryptocurrencies alone with no need for an intermediate party. And so could this be paving the way to that? Possible unforeseen consequences in the future. Not only that, guys, we got Mickey B. Fresh here. Bank of America looks to be ramping up their push to digital mobile wallets connected to Apple Pay, Google Pay, Samsung Pay, also corporate digital wallets for treasury payments. Sounds like distributed apps built on RippleNet are coming. So guys, we're seeing this in the banking sector more and more. More reasons for cryptocurrency adoption to take over the world of finance. It's got to start somewhere. So of course, it'll start in a regulated manner. But like I said before, nobody could ever predict what the future will hold. Finally, this guy's Peter Pumpkin Eater at Yes, I'll Have Some on Twitter. Do you remember the plus 70% gains daily? This tweet from back in December 2017. I think we're starting to see that again, maybe not plus 70% daily. But guys, we're on the road to more gains. Anyways, that's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.